Over the years, many players have picked up habits in GTA 5 Online, whether these be completely healthy, like trying to save some time, or others that are questionably healthy and that politicians pick out whenever they're trying to make video games look bad for society. Either way, today I have for you 25 habits everyone has developed in GTA 5 Online. Let's get into it. If a low-level player joins your heist or mission, then you are highly likely to kick them because they are just less experienced. No disrespect to the low-level players watching, but if you only have one spot remaining and you could choose between a level 500 and a level 50, I'm choosing the level 500. There's less risk for me, and that's just the way it is. I guess not all people are like this, and for some missions, it's unnecessary to have high-level players, but if you're doing a heist, best to kick them out. If someone gets in your car, whether that be your friend or someone you're just picking up off the street for some reason, I don't question your habits, you kind of have to show off the driving skills a little bit. Now, what's kind of embarrassing is when you crash when someone is in the car, then you have to air that thing out. But if you don't crash and you perfectly drive, then there's nothing to worry about and you assert dominance. Whenever you're at the beach, say if you're buying a mask or you're trying to head to your Kosaka, you have to mow down every single NPC you see on the boardwalk and the street in general. It's just so satisfying for some reason. I don't know why. I may be slightly mentally not all there, but I've seen many people do this on the internet. I even saw this one Reddit post where this dude's grandpa would get on the game and only do this. So it's not just the youngins, but I'm certain we have all done this at some point. When you join an empty lobby, usually you leave it and find a more populated lobby. Usually this is because you're trying to sell and you want to get the bonus from multiple people being in the lobby. If you're in a lobby that doesn't have too much people, you won't get that big of a bonus. And now you can sell in private lobbies, invite only, so there's no reason to find a solo public anymore. Now you just leave. Anytime you see a player just standing or walking on the street, you are inclined to run them over for 5 points. Once again, I promise you, I am mentally somewhat all there maybe, but I don't see anything wrong with this. Certainly, if they didn't do anything to you, then it's kind of messed up. But most of the time when I do this, it's people that have killed me in the session, and I'm trying to get a little bit of payback. But just know, if you ever do this to me in a GTA Online session, it's on site, and I will break out the orbital cannon and drop 700k just to blow you up, and then proceed to leave the game. Whenever you're doing an MC cell mission and you see a post-op van, you must instantly blow it up. I'm kidding, but most of the time what people do is they leave the game or they quit the application if you're on PlayStation, or they close the game if you're on Xbox to try to get a different cell vehicle, and that is perfectly fine. Even the trash trucks are somewhat better than the post-op vans. They are just the worst cell mission vehicle you can get in the game. Every other business has a better one, and now everyone hates it. A bad habit of mine that I'm trying to get rid of is buying cars that I've never driven before, which is rare on occasions. But once it does arrive, it is not what I expected, and I instantly sell it but lose money. Now, it is rare that a car is so bad that I sell it, but this one, the Click Wagon, it has a good amount of customizations, but honestly, it's just a pretty bad car. As you can see here, it's struggling to reach 60. And I'm sure if you're a newer player, you don't have too much cars yet, this is something you will frequently run into. And if you're a veteran player, you've been running into this for years, so you're already well acquainted. Regardless, it is certainly a bad habit that's hard to get rid of. If an NPC crashes into you, you then go through a phase where you choose which weapon you will precisely destroy them with. Now, if an NPC just scratches my car a little bit, whatever, I'll be a little bit mad. I won't really care. But the crash you just saw, if this happens to me, I will take moments out of my life to decide to destroy this NPC who has no feelings whatsoever, but I will make it have feelings. This is even more prevalent on motorcycles because I think they're programmed more to do this if you're on a motorcycle. But either way, car or motorcycle, I'm whipping out the minigun, the RPG, the railgun on occasions, maybe a sticky bomb here and there, and you are absolutely getting sent to GTA 6. This one came from one of my subscribers, shout out to them, but it is going deep into a website, like 5 clicks in or whatever, and then spamming the B button to get out of the website. The thing about this is, since day one, there has always been a feature to just click Y. I'm not sure what the button is on PlayStation or PC, and you can quickly close the window entirely. You don't have to spam anything, but most people still spam it just for funsies. A bad habit I certainly am trying to get rid of is dying with a Mark II gun, forgetting to swap to a different gun, and then losing the specialized ammo on that weapon. In this specific clip, I actually kept the ammo, which is kind of strange, but here I got absolutely murked by this aimbot NPC, only to find out I lost ammo. If you're like me and pretty impatient to wait for deals to come to GTA 5 Online, you've probably gone through the phase of buying a new car and not waiting for it to go on sale. Oftentimes, a lot of new cars from DLCs and even some older cars go on sale pretty often. So if you don't have that car yet, it's much better to just wait for the next event week. Like if it's Wednesday, event weeks are on every Thursday. Just wait for tomorrow to see if the car comes on sale. And who knows, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, just buy the car because then you'll have to wait another week. If you don't wait, then you'll just keep waiting for your entire life and the car will never be on sale. But if it's within a couple of days of Thursday, just wait and see if it goes on sale. A habit that I cannot get rid of is not spending a couple of minutes to go around to my multiple businesses, offices, whatever, and collecting the safe deposits that I have. Now, the bad thing about not doing this is I'm losing out on free money, and I will let this pile up for like multiple hours. And I'm losing out on like tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this is a very terrible habit. If you have a maxed out nightclub and you get 50,000 a day, or I forgot what it was, 25,000, whatever, I would highly recommend trying to kill this habit because you're losing out on tons of money and it's just not good because who likes wasting money? I mean, I like money, you like money, I'm sure you do, I'm sure your dog, your grandma, everyone likes money. Why would you not do this? Shout out to my worker right here drinking coffee and not working. A habit I see a lot of people do is not changing outfits to force a save after doing a mission. Like say you do a tow truck mission, you take it back to your shop, whatever, I forgot what the hell it's even called, the chop shop, and then you leave the game right after. You have to change your outfit to force a save. You'll see the little save icon down there spinning. That's how you know you forced the save and the car will be saved. If you don't do this, the car will be gone. A habit I personally do not have, but apparently lots of people do, is seeing a bounty on the map and instantly spending your entire life trying to kill them. Here, I just did it, but I'm only doing this for footage purposes. Know what I'm saying? I don't do this on my own time. And I actually feel really bad because he left the game. And I did all that for $7,000. I could have done a headhunter and got like quadruple the amount of money for the effort. If you do this, just stop. It's a terrible habit. You're wasting time. Instead of going to the gun store for ammo and whatnot and the convenience store for snacks, a lot of people have made a habit of going to Simeon's for snacks or your office for snacks as well, and just buying ammo from the interaction menu. These stores are quite frankly outdated and no one uses them. And this is not a bad or good habit to have. It's just whatever. It's a monster of Rockstar's own making, but a lot of people definitely do have this habit. The next habit everyone has in GTA 5 Online is not subscribing to my channel. Come on guys, 99.99999% of viewers are not subscribed. That's a false analytic. I don't even look at it, but I'm sure it's something like that. So you're about halfway watching this video. Please subscribe if you are enjoying this video. I make content somewhat regularly. I try my best. But now back to the video. People still drive to Los Santos Customs. I see this all the time in public lobbies to fix their car. And I don't know why people still do this because this is kind of outdated. You can just return the vehicle to storage in the interaction menu and then call it back from the same exact menu from anywhere on the map, except Mount Chiliad, obviously, because, you know, Johnny on the spot can't reach there. But it's much quicker, does the same thing. I often change mods on my cars, so I still go to the shop. But if you don't do that, you're just trying to fix your car, do it through the menu. It's much faster, much more efficient. A lot of people say that they must have at least $1 million in the bank at their bottom. They cannot go below $1 million, and that's kind of their limit. I too have this habit, but I up it to 20 million. I can never go below 20 million or else I'm dead broke. Quite frankly, this is a bad habit because that's money you're not using that you grinded for no reason and it's just sitting there. So you don't really need to do this. A lot of YouTubers do it because it looks good, myself included. But you don't need to at all. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Unless you're a YouTuber, then, you know, do what you like. Now, you're an OG if you have had this habit. It is the habit of buying the most expensive car mods just because they're the most expensive. And then this is not really the best for your car because you're not going for any sort of look or anything. You are literally just buying the most expensive car mods because they're the most expensive. And I will admit, I still kind of do this. If I'm indecisive on one mod or the other, I will go with the more expensive one because I'm less likely to see it. But that's kind of not really good because then you end up with a car like this if you go crazy. This thing is absolutely hideous, but these are all the most expensive mods. All the OGs back in the day remember doing this. If you're a new player, maybe not so much because you're kind of broke. But shout out to all my OGs in the comments, know what I'm saying? You and me both knew this. Hopefully new players do as well, but you're less likely to. A terrible habit to have. Pretty much every GTA Online player has PTSD from the beep, 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 beep sound that you will hear if an oppressor or deluxo or any number of vehicles locks onto you while you are in a vehicle or an aircraft. And as soon as you hear this, you need to jump out the vehicle. And the thing is, sometimes people just drive around in their vehicle with that on, but they have no intention of shooting you. So in those situations, you look kind of stupid because you jumped out of a car they were never going to blow you up in, but just taking precautions. Hopefully that sound is not in GTA 6. A habit everyone has, myself included, is calling Lester to get rid of the cops instead of losing them in the tunnels or wherever back in the good old days. I actually made an entire video on why I think remove wanted level was a bad feature to add a long time ago. So I'll put that in the description if you would like to watch it. It's kind of old, but you know, my point still stands. But the feature's in the game. Players are allowed to use it. I don't really see the problem in using it, but I just think it was a bad feature to add from the get-go because it kind of got rid of something that could have been better. But it is what it is. I use it, you use it, everyone uses it. There's no reason not to. So it is what it is, I guess. A terrible habit I used to have is buying masks and clothing I will never ever wear. I went through a period of buying every mask because, I don't know, I wanted to 100% the mask store or something. And I would buy balaclavas. Look at all these. Why am I going to wear a pink balaclava? Well, I'm not going to wear this. I have every paper bag. I don't think I've ever worn any of these. And this is a terrible habit that thankfully I got rid of. Most of these are pretty expensive too, so I was wasting a lot of money. I even did this with some clothing, like pre-made outfits, and this is not drip, man. The socks and sandals, come on, man. That's not it no more. And once again, if you're an older player, you are more likely to have this habit. Newer players, not so much, because they probably don't even know this exists. They're just making their own outfits. And quite frankly, I'm okay with that. Do not do this. It's a terrible habit to have. I still see so many players blow themselves up when they know they're about to die from someone killing them or something, to try to save their KD. This is how you know you're a somewhat old player, because KD has been instanced, and I'm sure some people know this, but not a lot of people seem to know it. Basically, it just means that you cannot change it anymore unless you're in a death match. I mentioned this in my previous video, but if you die in free mode from somebody, it does not make their KD go up and it does not make yours go down. So if you have built that habit over the years, just kick it, let them kill you, kill them, it doesn't matter. A habit I see a lot of noobs still have is spamming jump while they're running. I don't know why they do this, because it is very clearly obvious that you run much faster and you travel much faster when you are just sprinting and not spamming jump. They're trying to make their finger muscles grow or something, but you don't need to do this. It was never quicker than straight up sprinting. Sprinting was always faster. So if you have this habit, stop immediately. A habit some players with OCD definitely have is closing the safe door after you collect the money from it. I don't know why you would do this, because it automatically closes when you leave, and it's not like it gives you any bonus or anything from closing the door. I have a friend who's super OCD about this kind of stuff, and it's such a time waster. If you still do this, just stop. It makes no sense. Even if you're still gonna spend time in there, you're just wasting time. I don't know why you would do that. On a similar note of OCD players, they will instantly put money in their accounts as soon as they earn money. This is a strange habit, because yes, it's technically better because there's no chance of you losing money from dying, but every time you die, you only lose $500. And unless you really suck at the game when you're dying a lot, there's no reason to do this. Just stop. And that is everyone. 25 habits that probably everyone has in GTA 5 Online. Obviously, there's no way to really tell, but from years of playing, I've gathered that. And thank you all for watching so much. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe. I really appreciate that. And leave a like as well. I have also recently launched memberships on my channel. More info by clicking join in the description, where the subscribe button would be, with a pretty cool perk. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a good day or night or evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe, probably not. And goodbye.